Hey everybody, this is my manga collection right here. We've got several rows of manga to look at. I'm gonna kind of just go through some of the highlights in my collection, stuff that I like reading and stuff that I plan on reading. This right here is a giant magazine called Young Magazine, and what's funny is that we actually got this for free from the Kinokuniya bookstore. Honestly, that's crazy because this thing is giant and really thick, and it has like 20 chapter ones inside of it. Pretty nice find for free. There's a few like stray number ones over here. Attack on Titan number one and Inuyasha number one. Although this is a 3-in-1, so that's technically 3 volumes in one. Attack on Titan we got a while ago. I think this was like during the time the Attack on Titan anime was making waves, like 10 years ago or something. We never really ended up following up on it. This really was one that one of my brothers likes reading. And Inuyasha, I actually got this one because I was kind of curious on like reading Inuyasha and seeing Rumiko Takahashi's artwork for myself and just kind of like getting immersed into that. This is not really a manga, but this it's not structured like a manga, but it is a comic. This one's a neat like indie comic. Moomin is also not a manga, but I have it here because I got it at Kinokuniya, and everybody knows what Moomin is. This is like a fun, cute little fantasy world. Tsubasa Reservoir is hilarious because we got this so many years ago, and just now I realized this is a Cardcaptor Sakura follow up, but not really. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. My Neighbor Seki is a nice, cute little anime manga about like some girl being like, "Hey, why is Seki-kun doing weird things in class?" Hirai Yasumi, this is something I saw recommended at Kinokuniya. I decided to get it because it's based off the recommendation. Sanctuary. I think this is a story about Yakuza. I actually didn't read any of these, but I do like that we have all 9 of these volumes. I kind of checked and realized that this is all of them, so I do want to go through reading them. Let's see here. Takopi's Original Sin. Oh, hi there, Big Hero 6 and Bakugan. Yeah, just kind of random. Anyways, Takopi's Original Sin. My younger brother got this. It's kind of like one of the. It had a recent anime adaptation, I believe. It's kind of a talk of the town in a few places. Cloudless. This is like a nice, like action manga. Let me see here. Kindergarten Wars Before Demon Slayer, Sadako, 2 separate unrelated Sadako manga. Bloodblade 1, 2, 4. We don't have 3 yet, but I don't know, it's coming around. And then Inuyasha in Japanese, 8, 9, and 10. I don't remember where we got this. I think my brother got them somewhere. Okay, so right over here, I have the Chainsaw Man collection behind my figures of Chainsaw Man and Power. This is volumes 1 through 18. I think this is actually, out of the manga collection, the series that has the most volumes featured in this collection. I actually personally would have both of my the figures of Chainsaw Man and Power displayed next to the volumes. I only put them in front just for the sake of space, and they do kind of helps to signify that there's Chainsaw Man behind it. I also have the Before Chainsaw Man collections and also Goodbye Eerie and Look Back to kind of complete the Tatsuki Fujimoto collection. Technically speaking, we do not have Fire Punch, but if I were to get Fire Punch, that would make the Tatsuki Fujimoto collection like even more complete. This right here is Spy X Family. Now we do have volume 3, it's just that my girlfriend is borrowing volume 3 right now. So yeah, but this is up to, I have 1 through 6, and I do think Spy X Family is really neat. Probably one of the more mainstream manga, aside from Chainsaw Man, that I've been following. Akane Banashi, I kind of saw this recommended on Twitter. I decided to kind of give it a go. Way of the House Husband. This is kind of like a nice little oddball humor manga. The Battle Royale, Angel's Border. I know that this is related to some like really famous like movie called Battle Royale, and I think it started as a manga, but I don't know if this is the manga because Angel's Border sounds like a spin-off. I don't know what's up with that. Okay, now here's the start of the Junji Ito part. Junji Ito's Cat Diary Yonen Mu. This is a nice, very cute one. In fact, I think this was the first Junji Ito manga I read. It's the least scary of them, but it does have lots of fun comedic moments in there. The Liminal Zone, there's Dissolving Classroom, Mimi's Tale of Terror, Tombs, Alley, Uzumaki. All of them are really good. Junji Ito is such a good artist, and I really love like reading through his manga. So much good stuff. And honestly, I think Uzumaki is, I'd say it's a must read for anyone who both reads books like normal novels and someone who reads comic books like the Western comic books. This is like, I think, one of those like you have to read it at some point in your life kind of manga. Shuna's Journey by Hayao Miyazaki. This the real Hayao Miyazaki. This is kind of like a more obscure thing that he made and was not translated for a while. And it's not even a manga per se. It's more like a kind of a children's storybook, but not really. It's neat. Shuna's Journey is pretty unique. Now this is Dungeon Meshi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have up to 5. And then over here there is Solanin, story and art by Inio Asano. That's the Goodbye Pun Pun artist and author. Yeah, I actually am on volume 2 of Dungeon Meshi right now, and I think it's really cute. I really like how funny it is. Over here, okay, so this is kind of like the shoujo. This is kind of the shoujo section here. We got Skip and Loafer. I kind of had to kind of like put it up here. It's kind of like really vying for space here. I think Skip and Loafer might be one of the better shoujo manga I've experienced. I really like it, and I think it's very rereadable. The characters are very well realized, and honestly, I just think it's just very nice as like a low stakes shoujo. Land of the Lustrous. This is one of those kind of like, this one had like an anime that was like produced like years ago, and it's just never going to get a continuation as an anime. So this is just kind of the manga of Land of the Lustrous, all the way from 1 to volume 12 represented on our shelf. That's really nice. Girlfriends. This is an older Yuri. I actually don't know when we got this, but this was years ago. Then there's She Loves to Cook, She Loves to Eat. This one's also a Yuri. This one's about like a woman who likes cooking and another one who likes eating. And it also kind of delves into like, you know, sexism and patriarchy and how like women are like disenfranchised in the workforce and whatnot. How to Be a Relationship, another Yuri. And I think this one's pretty cool. I like it. It's a little more crass than most other Yuris that I've read so far. And then the guy she was interested wasn't a guy at all. This is making massive waves. Kinokuniya is like promoting this like crazy. Hell, they even have like, I even have like little promotional material for it right here. All right, and then over here we got Sailor Moon and Sailor V. So Sailor V was the story that predated Sailor Moon, and then there's Sailor Moon, all of it. I literally have all of Sailor Moon up to volume 10 in the collected current, like the current whatever edition you call it. And then on top of it is Madoka Magica, the different story. This is like a spin-off of Madoka Magica. It's not the real story of Madoka. It's just kind of like a spin-off version of Madoka. In terms of Sailor Moon, the manga is well worth reading if you've experienced watching the 90s show. They're very different experiences, and I think they complement each other really well. And Sailor V is also a neat read since it's never been adapted into animation before, so it's going to be nice and fresh for anyone experiencing it. Then down here, I have Sketchy. This is like a very like kind of low-key story about like people skateboarding and like learning to like kind of find connection through that. And then Witch Hat Atelier. This is like a really nice like fantasy like adventure with like really darn good art. And it's also kind of a metaphor for like drawing and how magical drawing is. It's really nice. I think it's a very, very pleasant experience. Road Queen. This is technically not a manga, but it's just kind of here as an honorary one. This is a very cute story about like a girl who loves her bike, but then is like chastised by someone for loving her bike too much. And then over here is the Osamu Tezuka collection. We got Princess Knight and the Astro Boy omnibuses 1 through 3. This is pretty much this is kind of like the historic, this is the historic collection right here. I would like to add a few more Tezuka pieces to my manga collection, but these are good. This is kind of like if it has to be like a little bit, then I'm good with these ones for now. This is the sort of near replicant, near automata collection right here. There's this is not a manga. These are just novels that you read, and it's just like, fiction with like words and whatnot. But these are actually manga right here. These are kind of just put together because of the fact that they are related. Like they're all near, so you keep the near stuff together. Then there was Dark Souls Redemption. And then here's kind of like the Viz Kids Zelda and Pokemon manga. Oh my God. I forgot to reorder the Pokemon. Now it's all of these wrong orders. Anyways, though, I really like the Pokemon Adventures manga. It kind of depicts like a more crass version of the Pokemon world. Also, you'll notice that Four Swords Part 2 is here. We do have Part 1. Don't worry. It's somewhere. And then down here are just mostly like novels, like YA and stuff like that. And then there's like some more art books down here. But I do have a few more manga here. Battle Angel Alita is right over here. This was adapted into a movie form, and these are like the big giant like deluxe hardcovers. I think it's a really neat story. It also feels oddly underrated for as good as the artwork is. It feels like it should have more of a following online, but it just kind of doesn't. It also has a follow-up series, and I just never really got to read any of it. And that's kind of the manga shelf right there. It's kind of a work in progress thing. Oh, hey, what's up? It's kind of a work in progress in certain series, but I think this is like a very juicy collection that I think has varying different tastes of different genres and different artists and whatnot. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of my manga collection.